Well, good evening, people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you're all having a great Taco Tuesday. I hope all your taco dreams came true. And I'm down here working on the red brick house. A little bit tired today, but um, that project is very, very rewarding to me for a multitude of reasons. Um, it's hard work, but it's very, very rewarding because as you see it change, and I think about when Michael went through the old kitchen floor and stuff on there now, and now looking at there's lights in there and that the framework is coming together, and tomorrow is a big day because we're going to get the water line inspection for the trench that's been dug, so we can bury that in there, and then the next we'll be working on the sewer line and the plumbing and stuff. So it's getting there, and we have a goal of Memorial Weekend actually having the occupancy in there, being that it's finished. So I got 2 months to go, and we only have 1 month until the NFL draft. So that is literally around the corner. Um, Interesting day to hear that the Washington Commanders, Dan Snyder, after all the stuff that he's been accused of and everything else, after a $503 million investment, is about to walk away with at least $6 billion. Two different bids for $6 billion. One of them being Magic Johnson being part of one of the bids. I don't know who the other one is. I know Byron Allen was interested in putting a bid for the Commanders as well. And we do know that Jeff Bezos, definitely wants to buy, but Dan Snyder does not want to sell to Jeff Bezos because he feels like the Washington Times were part of the reason why all these investigations happened, and figures that Jeff Bezos bought. I'm sorry? Post. I'm sorry. Washington Post. Jeez. Times was way ago. They went out of business 30 years ago. I think we still have the original last paper that they had. But anyway, the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos buying it, he figured he bought it so that way he could kind of screw him over with the investigations, this, that, and the other. But it seems like sooner or later, probably sooner, it will be sold and it'll be somebody else's baby. I hope they get a new stadium because that place is a dump. Then we had Mike McCarthy saying that he wants to simplify things and get the players playing fast. I'm all on that. I love that, okay? Because sometimes you can get too complex, too complicated, and sometimes it's just like, just tell me where I need to be. Because in football, more than anything else, it's about reaction. It has to be second nature because it's like that much is enough for you to have a play messed up. See, that's why a guy like Charles Haley was effective, not only because he was a great player, but because he'd get into your head, and that moment of indecision of, is this guy crazy? He's gone past you. And so that's where you don't want the players to think. You want them to react, and you want them going fast. Too many times with Kellen Moore's offensive stuff, with the comeback routes, the stop routes, and all that stuff, they're not playing fast. They're not playing fast. They just aren't. So I love that. So then we have Mike McCarthy saying that he wants to make sure that they protect Dak Prescott, and that he wants the goal is to see Dak Prescott play 20 games next year. I like what you're thinking. I'm not sure I wanted you to say that out to everybody else, because that is going to be the bulletin board material for every one of the talking heads out there. They're basically going to say it's Super Bowl or bust, according to Mike McCarthy. You got, come on, don't act like that's not the case. Don't act like that's not the case. When you say 20 games, 17 game regular season. Wild card game weekend, if you're playing wild card weekend and not the number one seed, that's 18. Division round is 19. NFC championship game is 20. So potentially you're saying at least the NFC championship, potentially the Super Bowl when you talk about 20 games. I don't know that I want that heat. Don't know if I want that heat, but it is what it is. One other final note before I get ready to get out of here. Pat Mahomes tweeted out his dismay about the potential for teams could possibly play 2 Thursday night games. Thursday night football, sorry, Amazon, you got the shaft. Some of those games last year were just literally unwatchable. And when you start seeing where, like DeMar Hamlin, who that was on a Thursday night game, playing on a short week, when we've seen Tua get hurt on Thursday night games, you have to worry about the safety of the players. You know, the NFL, they care about the games and all the revenue and stuff. But playing football is not like any other sport in the world. The things that those guys have to do to be able to stay on the field from one Sunday to another. And then when you start talking about playing Sunday and then playing Thursday and putting travel time in between, it's just inhuman. The solution to this is, I understand the NFL, they want to make money. Okay, that's the bottom line. They want to make money, and far be it for me for anybody to want to make money. But there's a right way and a wrong way to go about it. If you want to have Thursday night games and guys play 2 Thursday night games in a season, just add another bye week. That would actually be more beneficial to the owners, because that means it's now 18 weeks. I'm sorry, not 18 weeks, 19 weeks. You get a whole nother week of football. Now, granted, maybe your team's not playing 2 of those weeks, but I guarantee you they're still watching football. But what you do is, if you're playing on a Thursday night game, you got a bye week before you play on Thursday night. That way, the players have time to heal up from the last game to be able to play on that Thursday night. That means the teams have a chance to game plan for that game, which means it'll actually be a better game. And if you want people to play in Germany and England, have them go there the week before the game so that way they can get used to the time change. And guess what they can also do? They can be an ambassador for you for a whole week. NFL players, meet and greets and stuff with all the fans to create that fan base over there. That's the right thing to do. And guess what? It could even be more profitable. And more than anything else, NFL, you know what it really does for you? It says, hey, we care about the players. We don't want them playing on a short week and hurting themselves. We're going to give them an extra week so that way they can heal up and give you the best game possible. Win-win all the way around as far as I can tell. But then again, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job and a voodoo doll. But let me end this like I always do. I don't have a fire to be over here and stuff, and we're not over at the Red Brick House tonight. But remember to tell the people you love that you love them. You might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.